That's actually not that bad. I really like how that came out. Well, hello there and thank you for joining me. So today we're going to be doing a DIY video, and what I'm going to be making is a chapstick lipstick combo. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I find standard lipstick is extremely drying on my lips. Yes, you can put gloss on top and things like that, but I find that muddles down your lipstick. And especially if you're going through the day and you're applying it 2 or 3 times, it just gets bad. And I find my lips are super chapped after wearing standard lipstick for a day or even half a day. So to mitigate that, I'm going to try to make a lipstick and chapstick combo. So this chapstick I actually got on clearance, and that's why I'm going to be using it for this project. It's the Chapstick Duo product. I don't know if they're still around. I seen them a while ago. I've kind of had them in a drawer for a long time, but they're brand new, haven't been used. They do have a scent. This one is vanilla. I think this one on the other side is just original. And then we have, I think, a strawberry and a cherry. So they will add a bit of flavor to the lipstick chapstick combo, which is fine by me, but I want to get a moisturizing lipstick that still has enough pigmentation that I don't have to use another lip product as well. So I'm not going to be putting that combo back into the original containers. I'm actually going to be putting some into this container. Now this is just a very cheap lip chap you get kind of like at the dollar store, but it's a super cute little container. So I'm going to be using this container, and I'm also going to be using a lipstick mold to try to get an actual lipstick stick, essentially. These I got on Wish. I think I got the mold for like $1.50, and the little lipstick container I think was again $2. So first thing we need to do is get all of our equipment ready. So everything that you use for any kind of DIY makeup stuff, you need to clean with alcohol or some other kind of disinfectant. You do not want bacteria growing in these products, especially if it's something that is going to be sitting for a while. These, I'm not going to use these up right away, right? They're going to be sitting for a few weeks at least, probably a few months, knowing me. So you don't want bacteria growing in them. But for this little container, I need to clean it out. So I'm going to try to use this little spatula thing. I can't remember the name of these. I will figure it out and I'll put it in the description below. But I'm just going to scoop all of this out. And I'm just going to put it on some paper towel. I'm going to be throwing it out, so it doesn't really matter. And it looks like Vaseline. Like, it is obviously a cheap product. The lemon smell is so overpowering. Like, this is a good, like, maybe a foot away from my face, and it is very, very strong. So I got most of the product out. I'm going to clean the rest out with paper towel and alcohol. So I was looking at these, and there's actually a lot more product in these that I was originally thinking of just making the 2 containers. So I'm actually going to try 3 different lipsticks with this combination. So the other containers that I'm going to be using are these, and these are super, super cute little lip gloss containers. And again, these are from the dollar store, so super cheap lip gloss that's inside. But we're just going to clean that out. And the other one is this little cassette, and that is super cute as well. Okay, so now I have all of the containers cleaned out and sanitized. Next, we're gonna actually start making our mixtures. So I just got a mixing bowl here, and I'm just gonna add 1 of these little chapstick balls into each combination. And I'm gonna match it up with the color that I wanna make. So the strawberry one actually has some pigmentation already in it, as opposed to the cherry one, which is clear. So for the red lipstick, I'm gonna use the pigmented one to help with the pigment. So to heat this up to melt it, I'm going to use the microwave. The best way to melt these types of products is in a double boiler. I only have a really big one, and for these small amounts, it's not going to be worth it. It's going to be more trouble trying to keep the water out of it than it is going to be worth to get it warmed up. So I'm just going to microwave it for 5 seconds at a time, and I'm going to use my little spatula to mix it up, just keep the temperature consistent. And when we have it melted, then we're going to add the lipstick into it. I don't want to add the lipstick to the mixture right now and heat it up together, because lipstick tends to have a slightly smaller melting temperature. So we're going to melt the chapstick first and then add the lipstick to it. Okay, so it actually took about 2 minutes for this to completely mix down. Because I used a porcelain container, it is really, really warm. So you just have to be careful about that as well. I'm going to add this lipstick. So this is the Lasting Finish by Katie lipstick number 106. And I'm going to swatch it quickly just to compare later. And I'm going to add, I think, the entire lipstick. I used this a couple times, but it's not a lipstick that I used a ton. I'm going to add it pretty much the whole thing. And I'm also going to add in some of this metallic lipstick as well, just to give some more sheen to the actual color. And this is from Essence, and it's just Metal Shock number 4. Okay, so this is pretty well mixed together, but it did cool down through the process. So I'm going to go heat it up again, probably for 30 seconds or a minute. I want it liquid enough that I can pour it into the lipstick mold. So I'm going to go do that. And to make the pouring process go a little bit easier, I'm just going to add a funnel. So I ended up microwaving this for 45 seconds. It is still pretty warm, so I'm going to try to do this really quickly. And try not to make a freaking mess. Okay. And that is just about filled. A little bit more. Okay, so that is filled. And I'm going to put the rest in this little jukebox kind of container and probably make another huge mess. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the fridge and let them set and clean up my station here. Okay, so for the next one, because that bowl made such a big mess trying to pour it out, I'm actually going to use this little miniature pitcher, and hopefully that'll help me pour it into the mold a little bit easier. So for this one, we just have the plain chapstick ball, and I'm going to be using this purple sparkle lipstick. Now this is Mariposa. It's one of those, it's like a bargain store type lipstick, but reading the ingredients, there's actually not a lot of ingredients in these. So surprisingly enough, they're actually not that bad for you, but they're just usually don't perform that well. So this one is like a sparkle purple lipstick. I'm just going to swatch for comparison. And we're going to do the exact same process, just I'm going to be doing it in this container. So hopefully we can pour it a little bit easier into the mold. All right, so we're going to add a good portion of this lipstick. We'll just add the whole thing. Because there's no pigmentation in the chapstick, the color is going to be muted no matter what, so might as well just add the whole thing. Okay, so that lipstick melted right down. I don't know if it's because we used this container. I don't know if it's just because of the different formula. So I've got another lipstick mold here, and I'm going to add it into that. And that was obviously a lot easier to pour into the mold. Also gonna add the cassette container. I'm gonna add the rest to this. I'm just gonna mix in this chunk as much as I can, and I'm just gonna pull the rest out. The rest is liquid, so I'm gonna let that set. So for the third one, and this is the one I'm gonna add into this lemon container, is a bit of a peachy color. Now this is a Wet n Wild color I got on clearance. It's still got the label on it. So the color is called Think Pink, but it's more of a peach to me. I personally wouldn't call it pink, but I just want to see if I can add a little bit of color to the chapstick, kind of like a day-to-day, just to add a little bit of color to your lips. Now, you know, you don't want to do anything too crazy. And this time I'm gonna actually try to melt it in this container instead of trying to transfer, because I'm not trying to transfer it into a mold. I'm just gonna keep it all in this container. Okay, and once again, I'm gonna add the majority of this lipstick. There's quite a bit of room in the container, so I think it'll handle it. It's interesting to see how the 3 different lipsticks act when it's added to the chapstick, because it's definitely dependent on the lipstick formula. Because as far as the chapstick is concerned, the only difference, or at least what should be the only difference between the 3 different chapsticks, is the artificial flavoring and maybe some coloring. So it's not completely liquid, but it's still pretty soft. So I think I'm not gonna heat it up again. I think I'm just gonna leave it. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this and let it settle down and cool off the way it is. All right, so I'm gonna put all of those into the fridge and keep them in there for at least 30 minutes or so and take them out, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so they've all been in the fridge for approximately 30 minutes. So now we're going to try to demold these lipsticks. I haven't used these before, so we're gonna see how it goes. Oh, that worked out well. So I'm going to take the top part off there and supposedly just twist this out completely, the lipstick holder. And this one I got from Wish as well. And we're going to slide it over top. Maybe if I take this out first, it'll make it a little easier. We're going to slide it over top gently. And then it should, no. Oh, I think the seal popped, and we're going to retract it out of the silicone, and there we go. Oh, that is actually pretty awesome. That actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. Okay, so we got that one out. Let's take out the other one, and we'll see if this one, yeah, that one looks good as well. All right, take this out again. This one's not coming out of the mold as nicely or as easily as the other one is. I'm just trying to pull down the sides to maybe pop the seal a little bit more to see if that helps. There we go. Haha. And this mold had a really nice rose tip to the lipstick, which looks really nice with the red lipstick, in my opinion. All right, and the other ones are set as well. Okay, so now let's swatch and see what the difference is in the color. And that's actually not that bad. Like, you know the color is going to be muted because it's obviously half chapstick, but that's actually not that bad. You could get away with that. And we'll see how the purple came out. This is going to be really muted, I think. Yeah, really, really muted. It pretty much is just going to add a little bit of a sheen to your lips. So it's almost going to look like you're wearing a lip gloss when it's really a lip chap, which I'm not mad at. So for this one, because we only did it in the pot, I'm going to use a brush to do the swatch test. And that one actually looks really good. I really like that. To add a little bit of a peach to your lips, that's actually not that bad. I really like how that came out. Awesome. So yeah, so the nice thing is these are in regular lipstick containers, so they're easy to carry around. Put in your purse, put in your clutch, and even this one here, when it's closed up, you can throw it in your bag, and you can just carry something like this, which is a retractable lip brush. So when you're using it and it's dirty, it's not going to dirty up your bag. It actually closes up when it's retracted back into the container, which is really handy. And these ones, I'm assuming, are going to perform pretty much the same way as the ones in the lipstick mold, just you would have to use a brush as well. And this way you're not wasting the product, right, when you have extra. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you like my idea of mixing a good quality chapstick with a lipstick. This way you can keep your lips moisturized and still have a good color. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.